What's up, everyone? This is James at Lock in the Value, talking to you today about the wonderful world of crypto. It's been an interesting couple of days. There's been pullback, there's been good buy points, there's been bullish momentum, then there's been a pullback again. So it has been quite interesting. Check out the shirt, by the way. Made this myself. We've got Philip on the Bitcoin. Can you see that? Loving it. Love Bitcoin. If you like the shirt, tell me in the description, in the comments. If you want one, there's a link in the comments, in the description, and you can find it. Anyway, let's have a look. So, what's happening with the market? Let's have a quick breakdown. It doesn't take a genius. It doesn't take a lot of information to actually absorb. Right. There was a pullback a few days ago based on the general crazy rise that we've seen over the past 90 days, really. It wasn't a huge pullback, but there was decent double-digit losses, percentage losses in most altcoins. That created a lovely buy point. I talked about that on my channel. I bought up some ontology and some icon at good prices, and then they've had I woke up this morning to see a nice skyrocket, and then the price action started pulling back. So, like as an example, I saw ontology hit 93 cents and it's pulled back. I saw Neo hit $19. That's pulled back. I saw Icon hit 60.5 cents. That's pulled back. And it looks part of that is down to the options effect on Bitcoin. So when you're trading options, you can trade stating that you think the price is going to go down or up. There's $2.1 billion in the options market at the moment. What that's meant, and what's significant about that, on top of the fact that it's very close to the all-time high of 2.11, what's significant is the fact that I believe we've seen a huge shift in what people are betting on, effectively, because there was a disparity of 10.3% in terms of bearish calls, what we call puts. So 10.3%, and that's shifted, and now the gap is only 3%. It's 3% less in terms of puts. So people are believing, more and more people are investing on Bitcoin's price dropping, and that, as we know, has a huge impact on the market. Bitcoin rules the market, in so many ways. And what's going to be interesting is how this plays out for the rest of today, because it's reflected over the weekend. If everything's double digits down when you wake up in the morning, it will continue, not significantly necessarily, but it will continue throughout the weekend, and then Monday we'll probably see we'll see a lot of green percentages, So I think this weekend, depending on how today ends, we'll see some good buying points for a lot of these currencies. And what's actually important about that is how you invest. So a really important point, certainly in the UK, I'm not overly familiar with American tax law on cryptocurrency, but in the UK, if you hold something for a year, more than a year, you pay capital gains. If you're trading, then you're paying income tax. So when I go into a currency, when I find a nice buy point, I put in fresh money. Now, that's easier said than done. Sometimes you have a situation where you've got to pay a huge bill, buy a new TV. That happened to me yesterday. But if you can, with fresh money, put it in when you find a buy point. Don't sell off a position or remove some from a position to put it in, because you're then liable for income tax on that area that you've done. I'm trying to get hold of a specialist cryptocurrency tax accountant to have a chat on the channel. I really want to, particularly for UK followers, because I want to make sure you're aware of what's happening and how you're going to need to prepare for in a year's time when you're hopefully cashing in profits. Other things that have happened this weekend. or this week, sorry. OMG Network has skyrocketed. 68%. I mean, it's like trebled in the last week. So how OMG Network moves from here, I think there's going to be a pullback. You know, so close to that sort of $1 billion mark. But I think there'll be a pullback on OMG Network. I think it's a phenomenal project, but I think there'll be a pullback before it skyrockets again. Next year, it'll be way beyond its all-time high, I think. Other thing, Yearn Finance. Jesus, God, did we miss the boat on this? So many of us. $32 was its starting trading point. $14,072 now. Absolutely immense gains if you got in on it early. And it's, you know, it's being used. The platform's being used well. There's over $1 billion invested in DeFi on Yearn Finance, so it's going. It's flying. Yeah, it's been a some of the altcoins seem to have taken a bit of a hit, but not major. You know, Chainlink's having a real significant pullback at the moment. Well, not significant, but it's having a pullback at the moment, 12%. If it ever dips to $10, buy. Nano keeps trying to break that $1.30 resistance and keeps failing effectively. It gets 130, 132, 135, and then pulls back. But once it gets past that, you know, if it finishes a day on 140, I expect it to go to $2 fairly swiftly after that. Yeah, it's been a really, really interesting one. My Udemy course coin is now 7 times higher than when I made the course and delivered the course. It's still available on there's a link in the description. I think it's down to $9.99 at the moment because of Udemy offers. I wish they'd asked me about this because I don't think I'm that happy about that when I've made the course and set a price. But it is what it is. Now, there's been a lot of talk about XRP lately. Your feelings on XRP, I can guess for the majority of people, are not overly positive, because it's not really a crypto in the sense of what a crypto should be. But there's been a lot of articles coming out about the potential skyrocket of XRP over the coming year. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but I do believe XRP will probably hit $5 in the next bull run. If you factor in the last one, it hit like $3.30 or something, and you know, it basically had a market cap in it itself of like $100 billion. So I don't see it having a problem beating that. You know, I've said it a few times in the past. I'm in on XRP. So, and I don't like it in terms of what it stands for, but it's a profit maker. Anything else? Theta had a nice bump and then had a bit of pullback. Wave's been doing very, very well. I had a question. Well, I have a question for you guys, and I had a question previously, which was, you know, what's my thoughts on privacy coins? I like privacy coins. I do. I talked about Grin. I like Grin, but my only concern with privacy coins, quite simply, is how they're legislated. Because while governments are going to be open to cryptocurrency, they're not going to be open to privacy coins. And then there might be issues with tax, which long term, however you feel about cryptocurrency, you're going to cash out for cash because that's still how the world is run. Yeah. And you know, you're going to want to buy a house, and at the moment we're not in positions where you can buy houses with Bitcoin. Well, there's a few cases, but generally it's a lot more rare. So thinking about how you invest on a day-to-day basis is important because it's going to be relevant to how you cash everything out. But yeah, it was a really quick summary today. Not really talking in depth about anything. If there's a particular project you want me to look at or talk about in depth, let me know in the comments, and I'll have a look at it. One chain, by the way, killing it. Bloody good call on one chain. I'm tell you what, I'm on a roll at the moment. Anyway, that was it from me. If you like the Bitcoin shirt, fill up on Bitcoin, buy one. They're in the they're in my website shop. Links in the description. But that's it from me today. Any questions, any thoughts, throw them in the comments section. All right, take it easy. Bye.